sorry, I did them earlier. Thank you.
Kiefer Sutherland. Reese Witherspoon. Aussi avec nous aujourd'hui le président de DreamWorks Animation, Jeffrey Katzenberg. Et puis aussi on a des acteurs français dans le rôle du docteur Cafard, Stéphane Freiss. Dans le sujet, en voix française, Bougoin. Julien, Doré.
Bonjour à tous, hello everyone, thank you for being with us. If you would like translation into English for any of the French questions, you've got your headsets here. Ok, qui voudrait commencer? Alors juste ici, allez-y.
Bonjour, c'est une question pour le réalisateur. Je voudrais savoir, lorsqu'il a envisagé de faire ce film avec ses scénaristes, qu'est-ce qui a fait choisir de faire des monstres les bons et des aliens les mauvais? Est-ce qu'on aurait pu imaginer l'inverse?
This is a question for you, Conrad. When you were putting together the story for this movie, why did you decide to make the monsters the good guys and the aliens the bad guys when it could have been the other way around?
Thank you. When we first started out, we figured the monsters have always been the bad guys. That's why we took these monsters from the 1950s B movies, because we liked the idea that they'd been stuck in prison for the last 50 years. And it wasn't until we had a bigger threat than the monsters used to be that we needed to rely upon the very creatures that we reviled and threw into prison in order to get us out of this alien mess. So I think it was kind of like a throwback to the Dirty Dozen, and I think that's why we decided to make the monsters the good guys in this.
D'autres questions?
Obviously their intent was to scare you, but there was a great sense of comedy, and there was always generally a dramatic through line as well. And I love the fact that those filmmakers at that time and the storytellers were trying to actually cross genres together. And that's what I actually believe makes those films special.
Et pour les Français, je sais pas, Stéphane, est-ce qu'il y avait un film qui vous a marqué?
A few weeks ago at DreamWorks. And they love this film. This is the favorite film I've ever done. They don't care about Walk the Line or Legally Blonde. This is the favorite film. And I said to my daughters, we were driving home, and my son, I said, what do you think is the message of this film? And my daughter said, I think it means don't ever let someone underestimate you. And I said, yes, that's true, Ava, and I, as Deacon, who's 5, I said, what do you think the film is about? And he said, I think it's when octopus aliens invade your planet, you have to kill them. And so I think they both really understood the film.
Typical man. Est-ce qu'il y a une autre question ici? Voilà, juste ici, monsieur.
And I had not worked with Reese for almost 12 years. And I remember Reese's voice really distinctly. And she's in a...
Was it because it was really annoying?
No, not at all.
I was 18 and I was so excited to work with you. It was like so annoying. I was like, hey, keep...
No, we had a fantastic time working on Freeway. But her voice is in a much higher register than mine. And I thought that would be an interesting balance. And yeah, this was a long way around to find out how to spend more time with her. So.
I was so excited when I got the chance to work with him on Freeway because he was such a big heartthrob and a big star. And I figured watching him in Lost Boys and Young Guns. No, that's not true. Now it's fun because now I get to tour around and see all over the world people seeing. So excited about him being Jack Bauer, and it's just great. It's a reunion of sorts.
Yes.
It's very nice. And I got to kick his butt now. I'm trying to kick your butt.
Kind of kick my butt.
Kind of now. He gets to boss me around in this movie.
Et puisqu'on parle des voix, une question pour les acteurs français.
Was. Today, because of the extraordinary power of these new tools to create 3D and also to deliver it in the movie theater, it actually is meant to do 180 degrees the opposite of what they used to do. And what I mean by that is today it's a chance for the storytellers to bring the audience into and immerse them in the story. And by doing that, it amplifies the feelings and the emotions and the enhancement that they've created, I think, in a more immersive way. And so this is a new age. It's the beginning of a new era. And I think you'll see many different filmmakers are going to find interesting ways to use it. But I think it is a tool for storytelling. And it won't make a bad story good.
Physical role, you're always running around and jumping. And what drew you to this movie where it seems to him less physical, or was it less physical?
Completely less unphysical. It was a great counterbalance for me. I was making Monstres vs. Aliens at the same time as we were shooting 24. And 24 is a hard schedule, and it's very serious, and it has its demands, and there was nothing better than 5 hours a week to be able to go and play this character. One of the great attractions to doing an animated film is that you are not responsible for the physicality of the character. That is a great relationship that you develop between your voice and the animators and the creators of the movie. So it was a chance to do things with your voice that your body might not be able to keep up to. As Julien was pointing out earlier, everything is excessive, it's over the top. And as an actor, that's a wonderful thing to be able to do. It actually reminded me, when we started, of why I started acting in the first place. It became that much fun. There were times, and they will tell you, that I was sitting in that studio, in my chair by myself, and I felt like I was 5. And so that was a great counterbalance for me to shooting 24.
How did you find your voice? Did you try a bunch of different ones until you hit on the right one? Did you inspire yourself from old cartoon characters?
It was a conversation that we had, and there was a responsibility that the character would have to the military background. And for that voice we had talked about, and I love the character of the sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. And then to counterbalance that and kind of give some humor, there's a cartoon character in the United States who's very famous called Yosemite Sam. And he began every Bugs Bunny cartoon with a very famous line. It's a little loud, but... Bring on the Ferris Freak! I hate rabbits, and he talked like that. He's a miserable little man. And he had a southern accent that would kind of be fun to balance with Reese's delicate southern drawl. And so they started to laugh when we were messing around with that idea of the voice, and so we kind of went in that direction.
Okay. Et maintenant le microphone.
Oui, bonjour. J'ai 2 questions. La première est pour M. Katzenberg. Disney.
Playing fair.
And Kiefer, how about you?
I haven't really thought about being a specific character, but I guess just because I really appreciate the film, I would be a killer tomato.
Okay. You enjoyed the movie. Julien, pour vous, est-ce qu'il y a un monstre que vous aimeriez bien être si vous pouviez
Edith Piaf.
Yeah. Okay, a monster of song, as we say in France. Louise, pour vous?
Je vois pas pour l'instant, mais en tout cas, j'ai adoré Bob. Évidemment, il est dans le film, mais je trouve qu'il est absolument génial et je suis triste qu'on ne l'ait pas apporté. Je pensais qu'on l'apporterait dans une petite boîte et qu'on pourrait aller faire des bruits avec en enfonçant son doigt. Mais je ne crois pas que le Covid est arrivé ce moment en France, je sais. Malheureusement.
And Stéphane?
Mais moi, je voudrais dire que l'insecte que je déteste le plus au monde, c'est le cafard. Et en fait, ce film m'a réconcilié avec le cafard. Ça, donc vous m'avez aidé. Merci.
Qui a le microphone maintenant?
Est-ce que c'est jubilatoire de jouer une super-héros? Parce que c'est quand même la femme qui est le héros de ce film. Et pour Louis, savoir, c'est jubilatoire aussi de savoir que Julien serait Mister Météo.
Okay. So, first question for both Reese and Louise. How does it feel to be a superhero?
First of all, that the DreamWorks chose to make a film that has a female superhero at the center of it is fantastic. I was with my children one day about a month ago, and I was saying, we were walking, and I was, to my son, I said, what's your favorite superhero? And he could list about 25 men that were his favorite superheroes. It was hard for him to choose just one. And I said to my daughter, who's your favorite superhero? And she said, well, I don't know any girl superheroes. So when they saw this film, they were so excited that there was this woman who was strong and powerful, and not only does she save herself in the movie, but she saves the world. I think it's an extraordinary new role model for young women.
Je suis frappée par ça parce que quand j'ai fait les essais, en fait, on n'avait pas parlé de l'histoire et j'étais face à une héroïne, effectivement, qui avait 1000 fois plus de force que n'importe quel homme, et face à des personnages masculins qui étaient assez lâches et faibles, en fait. Il n'y a pas que celui qui dirait qu'il y a aussi le président, etc. C'était assez drôle. Et pour répondre à votre question, madame, en ce qui concerne les présentateurs météo, quoi qu'il arrive, c'est jubilatoire. Même que ce soit Julien ou un autre. Voilà. C'est jubilatoire. J'avoue que je le regarde souvent en rediffusion en coucher. C'est très sexy, quoi.
Ok, voilà, qu'est-ce que
Oui, je voudrais savoir si
In the Italian version, do they go to Rome, or is it always Paris, and why Paris?
It's always Paris.
Pour les journalistes, s'il vous plaît, on va attendre une petite seconde dans cette salle-là.
Tu peux t'emporter ton...
Vas-y, tu veux marquer?
Tu veux marquer? Ouais.
Thank Allah very
Ouais,
much.
vas-y.
Excusez-moi, je ne sais pas si le dossier de presse qui est plus tard derrière.
Excusez-moi, c'est bon.
Position.
Merci à toi.
KM.
IM.
Thank you.
Great movies, Ben Casper.
Ah, yes, thank you very much.
I'm a big fan.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Excusez-moi. Vous voulez bien me prendre en photo et je vous donne mon mail, vous me l'envoyez, s'il vous plaît? Si vous voulez bien me prendre en photo, quelqu'un, je vous donne mon mail et vous me l'envoyez avec Kiefer. Quelqu'un veut bien? Je te prends. Ah, merci. Parce que personne ne réagit de l'autre côté. Merci, c'est sympa. Okay, so just 1 minute for a photo. Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just here?
Yes.
Kiefer?
Thank you very much.
Kiefer, please.
Tu me donneras ton mail?
Ouais, bien sûr. Merci.
Okay. Thank you.
Merci
Thank
à vous.
Thank you, Kiefer. Thank you.
Bye, Kiefer.
Bye.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup, messieurs, dames.